Someone just called you. It was a 513 number.
Yeah, I mean, so like I spent a lot of time in Boca.
That's weird. Oh, yeah, we had like more, you work over the summer.
Doesn't I didn't say you got a call?
Yeah, we're kids and got
I swear someone just called you. I like silenced it because it's that's funny.
Maybe it is an alarm. I'll try it. But you said you saw 513. That's weird. So are you connecting? Like, is Peter there?
Peter's not on.
Huh?
Is that not what I just did? What did I do? But
You want to sit here? Sit here.
wait a second.
Next to the thingy. That clicker.
Just the screen? Okay.
Or can you control it from
No,
afar?
we're good. No, we good.
It just showed up.
How do I?
There you go. Hi. Morning, friends. How's everybody doing? Yeah? I see a theme, khaki and green. There's a lot of beige and green in here. I love it. What's happening? Wonderful Tuesday. Love it. Those of us on our huddle in the morning know that this is Pipeline Tuesday. So every Tuesday, yeah. Hi, Peter.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're doing very well, thank you.
Good.
We got a lot of eager agents in here to hear from you today.
Okay. Well, great. Am I on right now?
You're on, man.
Okay, perfect. So how did things go from last month when I challenged people to put together that 36 touch?
How'd it go? You didn't finish it, but you started on it?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out here with the man, but I don't have enough emails. I don't have any.
You don't have emails?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I was working on trying to get that.
so collecting the email. What else? Anybody else?
I made a email letter, which I'm pretty proud of.
Nice.
I have like 30 emails, maybe a little bit more than that.
Nice. So Alex has been working on it. Tanner's created a newsletter for his database.
I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of trouble hearing. Did you say someone's created a newsletter for their database?
Yes, Tanner has.
Okay, great. Good job, Tanner. Well done. And are you doing the 3 or 4 different buckets of content?
Yeah, I have one for I have local event, market statistics, and explain what those are for like a month. And Two or three other, I can't remember what the two other ones were.
But yes to that answer, that
Yes.
question.
That is yes.
Okay, great. So we have one person that's done something since last month. Is that right?
Two people. One's done the newsletter, and a second one is working on collecting email addresses to start his campaign.
Okay, that's great. And Kristen, you were going to do a weekly accountability with the people that decided to opt in. How'd that go?
The first one went well. We've died off from there.
Okay, so guys, what are we doing here? Like,
You guys.
are we here to sell real estate, or are we here to just like come in and have coffee? I don't like I come into these fireside chats. I'm not really sure why I do them. Every month I try and give you guys some good stuff to work with to move your businesses forward. And like I tried something different last week and gave you a specific formula to generate more referrals from your sphere. One person's done it and two people are working at it out of a group of how many, Kristen? How many people put their name up on the board?
We had 10 to 12, I think.
So that means of the maybe half the people in the room that raised their hand and said, yes, I want to grow my business and make more referrals, the easiest kind of business there is, only 15% of them took any effort over the last 30 days to do something different with their business.
That's correct.
I don't like, guys, what are we doing? Are we here to sell houses or drink coffee? This market is hard. And it's not going to get easier for a while. And the only way you're going to consistently generate referrals from your database is if you start regularly marketing to them and communicating with them. And by the way, it takes 6 to 9 months to actually activate your database and increase your referrals. So 30 days just passed by. That means it's going to be at least 30 more days before you generate any referrals at any kind of a regular, consistent, predictable, profitable rate than you are right now. I understand we all got into this industry because we want to have freedom and be independent contractors, but freedom is a ton of responsibility. It starts with being responsible for yourself, leading yourself and deciding that your finances and your family matter. And the only way you're going to do that is if you do something different. So stop showing up to these meetings and not doing anything different because you're wasting my time, Kristen's, and everybody else that's facilitating these things. It's really frustrating. And frankly, if I was in that audience right now, I'd be embarrassed and ashamed. Because I got to go home and tell my spouse and my kids, hey guys, 30 days went by. Top producing agent in the city told me what to do to grow my sphere, and I chose not to do it. Maybe I'll do something different this week. Probably not. Like, what are we doing? So, Kristen, I don't have anything to say. Like, I don't know why I'm doing these things if nobody's choosing to make a difference in their business.
Well, one of the things that we are going to discuss, and we've done this in the last couple of team meetings, is talking about where you are on goal midway through the year. So
Is what?
where you are on goal for midway through the year. And so the question is, do you change the goal or do you change the activities? That's really it. That's what it boils down to. And so I had a plan to discuss that today, but the reality, Peter, is they gotta want it.
Well, how about not change the activities? How about just do some activities?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to sign off because if nobody's doing any activities, then what am I doing?
You're spending your Tuesday getting frustrated. You know, not what we want.
No. So if you
Do you
want something different,
understand where he's coming from, like why this is, yeah.
Well, I wasn't here for the, I didn't hear from front of it,
Yeah,
so.
we can replay it.
I mean, like a couple weeks, whenever it was,
Yeah.
I'd be like, to the inspiration, like, here, you can do this or not.
Do you have any good ways that you would suggest for us to get people to actually send us their emails, or like, I don't know, tactics is the right word, or, methods to get people to actually want to send us their emails? stuff. So we can send them emails monthly or often.
Do you hear that question, Peter?
No, I didn't. What was it?
With a database with no email, if they don't have emails for their people in their database, do you have any suggestions on how best to obtain the email?
Yes. It's as the best way I know is you pick up your phone and you call them and you ask for it.
Nothing secret there.
No. None of this is complicated. It really, like, this is a pretty simple industry, and the path to making more money than you need is pretty simple. You just have to do it. That's it. Everything that you need to earn more money than you want, to start building wealth, to start living the lifestyle that you want, to start providing for your family, to start enjoying the finer things of life, it's all mapped out. You can go to any number of Keller Williams resources. You can go onto YouTube. You can go to training events. It's all there. Literally, it's all there. But you have to do something with it. And that's a choice you have to make today, tomorrow, every morning. You have to wake up and ask yourself, am I going to choose to do something today to generate revenue, to provide for my family, to grow my wealth, to insulate my future? Am I going to do that? Or am I going to roll over and hit the snooze button because life is hard and I'm sleepy? You know, the average person that was employed by somebody else, they work 40 to 50 hours a week.
Right.
What would your business look like if you actually worked 40 to 50 hours a week? These checks we get are huge. They're disproportionately large for the amount of time we actually spend working in this industry. And so we become complacent. What would your life look like if you actually worked 40 to 50 hours a week, generating opportunities, communicating with your sphere, marketing to them, holding open houses, following up with clients that had closed, calling for sale by owners, whatever it is? Like, I know not everybody here is full-time, but I'm going to assume the people that show up consistently for these company meetings are here more than just to socialize. Okay. I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you in a month.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Ouch. Really, I'm gonna pick that over.
A specific touch plan for your database and newsletter is basically get in touch with the people, have a plan, and do it. He asked how many have done that. We had 2 people say, we're working on it, we're doing it. So you guys understand his frustration there? I mean, is it reasonable for him to feel a little certain way? I mean, he built this company at this one, right? Seven Hills, he opened it. It's his baby. How do you think it feels when he knows that he can help change lives? And yet he's being met with inaction. Right? I can understand his frustration. Do you feel like you just got in trouble with a parent? Did you have some of that feeling? Like, did you feel like you're getting ready to get grounded or something? They were already grounded. Tammy walked in and they were grounded.
Is that I'm disappointed in you speech.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? I get the Glover U daily announcement, and guess what he said today? He
Let's hear
said, "What have you done plus implemented in the last 2.5 weeks to become more of a doer and less of a knower?" It's almost like the same message is like.
Guess who I'm referencing today? James Shaw. Guess what he's saying? What have you done? There's a consistent theme here. Why do you think that is? It might be preparing you for the stuff that's going on. some of us who've been in here a minute have watched the markets change. If there's nothing else, maybe hear someone like a Peter Chabris who says, y'all better roll your sleeves up. You are in it. If this is your career and you want to bring home 6 figures, or forget it. Let's say you want to bring home 50,000, whatever that is for you. You've got a clear path on how to do it. The reality is in 2025, you are no longer sticking a sign in the yard and sitting back and hoping for the best. We're actually having to bring value to our buyers and sellers. That's constant communication, building that trust relationship. People aren't going to work with you if they don't trust you, right? Consistency, follow up, all those things you guys know about. The reality is you're going to have to do it better than your neighbor. If you're not going to do it, somebody else is, and they're the ones that are going to close the deals. It's really that simple. It's not meant to scare you guys. It's just reality. It's just where we are. Is that fair? I want you to know that frustration you just heard comes from care. Peter and this leadership team really do care about you all as people and as business owners. And I honestly, truly believe that Peter wants you guys to succeed for whatever that is for you. Everybody's success looks a little different, right? But it's just not going to come to you. Those days are gone. Unless you've been in this business over 20 years, people are not knocking on your door. That's just the way it is. And even if you have been in the business over 20 years, they're not knocking on your door like they used to. Still got love on them. So maybe we can commit to not letting Peter Chabris down next month. Can we do that? Fair enough. Actually, forget letting Peter Chabris down. I don't want you guys to let yourselves down. Or your people. We've all got people that are down on us. Every single one of us. So, yeah. We're not here to fuss. So let's turn this around and let's make it a good day. Fair enough?
Yes.
Yes? Woo! It's kind of the way I started my day yesterday. After our huddle. That fussing. Sometimes you just need it. You need a little swift kick. Happy birthday! So on our birthdays, make sure you say hello and happy birthday to these fantastic folks. What is today's date? Oh, so Austin is today. Bucket fills. Can we go into some positivity? What do we have? What do we want to share? Anybody want to fill a bucket? Susan.
Well, after all that doom and gloom,
Yes.
yesterday I was on the business card morning, and they had top 10 most expensive sales in Cincinnati over the last week and a half, big month. Animals, Peter Chabris was named here, that's one, and the other was John Cole. So we had 2 of top 10
Nice.
listings. So I was absolutely
That's awesome.
fire.
Yeah. That's
Very
awesome.
exciting.
You should send them both a little love if you haven't already. Who else?
I share.
Yes.
I haven't been here in a while, I feel like.
Well, we're glad you're here.
So I can say that I shared with you guys one time that I believe that staying consistent is how you can see change. And one thing I've been trying to stay consistent with praying and meditating and just asking God for what I want. And I did ask him, my birthday was June 21st, it's my 45th, 45.
Happy birthday.
And I did ask to pray. I said, I would like to have my first client under contract for my birthday. I had my client under contract before I left for my birthday trip. So I'm
Nice.
excited. So actually, I've been working with 4 clients, and 3 of them are under contract, and I'm actually about to submit one for my 4th client.
Yes.
3 of them are all paid up for the most part. Got like 2, and the 3rd one will be paid up. Okay, so
That makes sense. Well done. I love it. Congratulations.
You get that a lot.
She's like, oh, tell me again. That's awesome. Good work. Hey, did you stay in touch with those people and talk to them a lot? Communicate with
Yes,
them?
I communicate with my clients.
Woo!
Even like after everything happens, like the inspection, I check in, how you feeling, how you thinking, and they like, I'm excited, great, just to keep them kind of motivated so I can stay in contact.
Nice. Well done. Give me another one.
I'm gonna give Judy a shout out. We had a very tough deal with a transfer for,
Woo!
so,
Well done. But she did it. Well done. Good job. Yes.
I'll feel great, but he is always Johnny on the spot, ready, takes your phone call, gets it done, checks into whatever you need. I appreciate it a lot.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. He's done a lot for this market center and for our agents. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, guys, that you probably don't even realize. This guy's a huge backbone to this office.
For sure.
So absolutely support him when you can. Thank you, Craig. Any more? Going once, going twice? All right, thank you. Okay, well, are you guys ready to do this? Jump into a little mid-year review. We've been talking about this when we've had our meetings. I've asked you a couple of times, like, where are you on goal, right? We talked about a GPS. We've talked about a 15th protocol. One of the things, yes.
Before we do that,
Yes.
I have a request.
Yes.
We all stand up and maybe do like a stretch.
Stand up and stretch?
Yes.
I can stand up and stretch.
One kind of bird,
Ugh.
one kind of will, and one's acting like it's winter depression.
I know. It is not winter.
Stretch and shake. It's summer.
Stretch and shake. Shake, shake, shake. Well done. Thank you, Peyton. I like that. All right, we got the blood moving, blood pumping. Let's go. All right, so we've talked about this a little bit, and since we've been talking about this, I think Peyton and Jenna kind of put their heads together. I'm not exactly sure if it was both of you guys or just Jenna or whatever, but I love this. James Shaw basically talking about what we've been talking about. Where are you mid-year? You are mid-year, right? And we go into the year with a goal that is set. Most of us, that goal is around an amount we want to earn or a number of units we want to close. And so you probably had an idea going into 2025 what this year was going to be for you. You're halfway through the year, well, more than halfway through the year. So talking about that mid-year review, and one of the things that James Shaw references is the consultative interview. You can find that in the MREA on page 167. When he talks about it in the MREA, it's really around hiring, like that piece of leverage and making sure that someone you are partnered with or working with is aware of what their goals are and how they're meeting those goals. And then what are they going to do if they need to adjust? But that's also something that you can do with your clients. You can have these consultative interviews with your clients. What's your goal? Right? I mean, the goal is what? I want to buy a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. You can use the same framework for those conversations. But what I want to do today is really have the conversation and the interview with yourselves. I want you to answer these questions as if you're asking yourself, you're interviewing yourself. So I'm going to ask the questions. You can write down your answers. You can share them, whatever you want to do.
This is on the back of the sheet that we handed out.
You've got the seats in front of you that Jenna gave you has this mid-year review. So just start off by identifying, going into 2025, what was your goal for the year? If you didn't have one, right, I didn't have one. Maybe your goal was to get your real estate license. But what was your goal for 2025? Then We're gonna get some honesty around this. How'd you do? This is going to provide us some clarity by being honest with ourselves and help us think strategically on next steps. So what was your goal for 25? How did you do? Once you've answered how did you do, ask yourself, how do I feel about that? How do you feel about that response? Once you've identified how you're feeling about how you did on goal, the question then is, what is your goal and what do you need to do now? You have two options. You change the goal or you change the activities. It's really what it comes down to. If you want to keep the goal that you set for yourself in 2025, then we need to talk about what the activities around that need to be. If you're on goal, you've answered, I'm on goal and I feel great. So what do you need to do now to reach your goal? Jot down some things. And then this is a question I want you to get like ridiculously honest with yourself. Is there anything that might keep you from doing that? Is there anything that is preventing you from accomplishing your goal? I'm going to suggest you not blame somebody else, not blame the market, really dig in. Is there anything that might keep you from doing that? And finally, if one of the things that's keeping you from doing this is around support or training, what do you need? What support or training do you need to help you accomplish your goals? Once you've identified if there is something that is support or training to help you, find out where you can get that support or that training. The training I'd like to think is right here within these walls. And if it's not, there's oodles of places to find training. You go to your MLS, you go to YouTube. You have opportunities. If it's a support piece, I would encourage you to find an accountability partner, not an accountability partner that's going to roll over when you haven't done what you said you were going to do. So if your spouse is somebody that says, hey, did you make your calls? And you said no, and they go, bummer. That's not your accountability partner. It could be someone on staff. I have an agent right now. Every Wednesday, my alarm goes off and I ask her a specific question every single Wednesday. That's it. But she said she needed support. You've got a leadership team. You've got an ALC. You've got people here that are ready to step up. We're here to provide support if that's what you need. Anybody want to share what they've written down? Yes.
Goals, policies, actions. I have one. truth be told, I'm still kind of happy with what I've done in the last 6 months. We're about a house.
That's huge.
That's
awesome.
And so, I mean, I would love to have a bit more,
Sure.
but I'm still happy with it. My goal, I'm still shooting for 11 more. And I just stepped down to part-time, full-time real estate.
Mm-hmm.
It's my big thing. The only thing that would keep me from doing that is I still got to pay the mortgage, so I'm not trying to foreclose on this house. So I might struggle that I don't get paid that. I'll have to pick up my hours again, which I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Training school, I don't know, I feel
Just need to do the activities.
I've always known what I had to do. I just didn't have time for it.
Right. Fair enough. Well, hopefully going part-time is going to help with that.
Yeah, we wrote my GPS, just to find two down 4 hours.
Love it.
So,
Well done, Alex.
trying.
Yes. This better be a recent graduate in October. I in school jobs and nonprofit. My goal for God was to close 5 months. Doing, I've got 3 other contracts. So I get 5. I was like, if I do one, but my goal was 5. How I feel about it, I feel good. Although I'm kind of one of those persons like everything has to be perfect. I think I have to sew, has to be done by this time. And I didn't expect it to take as long. I'm like one of those people, like, I need to do them.
Yeah.
Like things for long, but things happen for a reason. Things work out. They're supposed to work out. So I pray myself that I have to work out. Or I said there was a plan. So and I told them like, hey, I have 200 contracts. I want another. I hope my government contracts. Like that. That's how it was a backup contract. It's like, hey, I have to go through. It's always like,
I love it. You keep putting it out there.
so I think based on how I did, I go, what I do now, stay consistent, continue to put myself out there. Busy this last month, but staying consistent and focused. Continue to be who I am, talk to people,
Mhm.
share what I do, and
Future is bright. Let me ask you something. So if your goal was 5, you're in July, you've got 3 pending, 1 you're getting ready to write. Will you adjust the goal and pull your foot off the gas? Or adjust the goal and keep your foot on the gas? Or will you keep that goal and take your foot off?
no, it's still okay.
But still on the gas. If that kind of stuff motivates you, I would suggest you adjusting your goal. Maybe you make it 10 and just push. I like that. Thank you. Anyone else want to share?
I'll throw this out there. Miss Mary, Miss Michelle, myself, Brian's our guy. He holds us accountable. I know there's a lot of people may not want to join our group because they might have to give up commissions or whatever the reason may be. Miss Michelle, in the past 3 weeks, called how many people? You got a $700,000 listing under contract.
Hey.
Miss Mary, she and Brian have a 600,000+ right now under listing, and he and I put almost $1 million under contract. And I don't say that to toot anybody's horn. I'm saying and get yourself aligned with somebody that you like, know, and trust within the business to help grow. It's not about, in my mind, about making the money up front. But when I set an appointment that was that $1 million listing, and I didn't feel shit, that's out of my ballpark. My
Right.
average price is about 240, 250. Hell yeah, I'm bringing someone experience, and I got to learn. It's crazy to hear him talk. Miss Mary, we were on the phone the other day with the FISBO. This dude was ranting and raving, cussing him out. By the end of that phone call, Brian flipped him, and they were buddies.
Yeah.
It's crazy to get the gab of bullshit that man has. He knows the stuff, and he knows how to talk to people.
Right.
That is what I think if we're able to learn and stick with, it'll be just a matter of time before myself, Mary, Michelle, everybody on this team are just going on these appointments without him. Yes, we want him. He has systems and processes in place, which are tremendously helpful. But surround yourself with like-minded people that want to better. It's not just better himself and his goals and his life, but he wants us to grow as well. So if you're not surrounding yourself with that, you're not out of this business. Doing 2 to 5 transactions a year is not, you're not helping yourself.
I have a suggestion. Like being new, I've heard different people talk about joining groups, but first of all, coming into real estate, I just think it's overwhelming, especially when you have other things going on. So I was like, let me get myself situated. Let me figure out how to navigate this thing in general. And then we have different classes, but maybe we should have a class on the benefits and the pros and the cons of joining the group and what that looks like. Because when you've been doing things, like I've been doing things on my own since I was 15. You know what I'm saying? Having kids. So I don't think about that. And I don't know the benefits of all of it and what comes with it. So maybe actually having a class, but joining, just coming into real estate, it's like trying to figure this thing out. Like it's a lot first, you know. And so that was my goal. It's like, let me get my life together. Let me figure out how to do this. And so now it's like I'm finally kind of getting the groove of it. So now maybe let me figure out what's best
next?
for my real estate career.
Yeah. I like that. We've had a team fair this year, but it would not be a bad idea to maybe we turn our team meeting in one of our team meetings in August with a panel of team owners. Would that be helpful?
That would definitely be helpful. I mean, of course, we all want to make money. You know, we want to make good money, especially when you got 13-year-olds want all your money. When it come in, it's going back out. So of course, so
Okay.
yeah,
We can do that. I appreciate you sharing that, Kurt, because that really is that piece of, we're talking support here. If you don't have the support that you need, it's there. You might have to seek it out. You might have to ask people, who do I need to talk to? Excuse me. You might have to ask, who do I need to talk to? Who do you know? But start asking those questions. Let people know that you're looking for some support, some assistance. Definitely. And if it's training, just like what Tammy just said, she said there's a need. Leadership listens. Okay, we'll put it on the agenda. We'll make it happen. Thank you. I love that. Good job, Mary. So love it. And Kurt. All right. Well, we've got a little something special. Following up on what we just discussed. There you go.
Hey, it's last day of June. We're at the halfway point of the year, and maybe it's going the way you wanted, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Most people are telling me that this year is different than what they expected, that it's been a bit of a struggle, that it's been a little bit harder, and they're kind of beating themselves up. And I'm going, hold up, wait a minute, something right. Like, what if what you thought 2025 is going to look like back when you thought about it in 2024 is not at all what it looks like, and the goal you set in 2024 for 2025 is the right goal. Now, some of you have hung out with coaches who are bad coaches who say things like, well, the goal is not negotiable. And once you say you can't change it, well, that's garbage. Total garbage. It's trash, actually. It's bad coaching. It's lazy. Goals do change. Goals do change, and they change really because of 6 reasons. I came up with 6, and I want to walk through because if any of these are you, maybe now's the right time for you to think about changing your goal. Number 1, you gain clarity. You now know what it takes to hit the number that you thought you were going to hit this year, and maybe that's just not lined up with your current capacity or your priorities, or you're just straight up not willing to do it, which is totally fine too. As long as you can hit your financial goal and pay your bills, then whatever. Number 2, life's happened. Have you had a health issue? A family member's had a health issue? Has something come up that's unexpected? There's been a personal challenge, a family need. Those aren't excuses. Those are real. We are human beings, and adjusting because of life isn't quitting. Just make the adjustment if you have to. Number 3, the market's changed. You know, your goal was all good until you hit the market reality, and then you just discover that, hey, it takes more appointments to get the same number of listings, or it takes more listings to get the same number of sales, and that your plan might have shifted because of the way the market is moving. Number 4, you changed. Maybe your values or your vision or your role in the business has changed. You've grown, and it's okay to say that your goals grow or narrow because of those things. Number 5, you realize that quality is more important than quantity. That you want deeper relationships, better systems. You want to connect at a different level or provide a higher level of service. And in order for you to do that, because you only have so much bandwidth, you have to dial down the number of transactions you want to do. And you're looking at this year as a year to really build up systems so that next year you might explode. I don't know. Or number 6, you aren't actually behind, you're just running the wrong race. You compared yourself to somebody else last year and thought, hey, if they could do that, I could do that. So you came up with some goal based on something someone else has done. And that was about impressing people, not about making progress in the rule. And resetting allows you to run your race instead of somebody else's. Whatever it is, if it's one of those 6 things, it's all right. Just pause for a minute as we wrap up June, get into July, and think about truly what does need to happen.
That was the end. Oh. What truly needs to happen? I like that he gives us permission to have a life. Lives happen, goals change. I like the part of the one, whether were you setting goals for someone else's goals for yourself. I think a lot of us fall into that. See our neighbor wanting to close 40 property, closing 40 properties a year. I want to do his business. May not make sense. Any of those 6 reasons hit home for you? For anyone?
Hey, Celeste.
Will you do it? Yeah? Which one hit home for you?
Hey, June. Hey, Celeste, hey, June.
Sorry.
And my goal was to do, ideally, 12 transactions a year. With stretch goal 24. And what I learned in the past, I'm hitting it. And I learned that I can handle 2 transactions a month. So that was kind of mental, I was like, oh no, because I'm kind of like you, hey, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this thing.
Yeah.
Get all these documents and make sure that I'm doing the best job for all these people. So now I know I can do it. And I know I can do the gas, and I know what to do to get it done. And yeah, so right now I'm writing out my next 6 months, where's that business coming from?
Nice.
Writing out those people.
Love it.
Yeah. So I want to keep it every month, 1 to 2 a month.
I love it.
Yeah.
If you're in real estate full time, the data shows this is collecting from top producers, ordinary producers. This is collecting data, and what we have found to be true is right around that 24 a year mark. That's 2 deals a month. You can do it on your own. You should have enough time in the day to close 24 units a year. When you go over that, that's when you start feeling like maybe you're not providing the best service. Maybe you forgot a due date. Maybe you didn't call somebody back. You start to really get into the, I'm going to drop some balls here. That's when we see that discomfort kick in. But yeah, you can close 2 deals a month. Absolutely. Well done. I love that clarity. Anyone else? You were going to share something before we went to the video. Did you want to share?
I was going to feedback on what Andy said. Because I don't even get, keep going, I went to look at houses and I reached out to, I call it my dogs. And this was pretty, and then going to Vegas. culture, so I can't stand you in the house. You all of them. That's all I had done. All of the pronouncements since then. And now we're walking together, and I got to see for a while. She's telling me my listening presentation is kind of the same thing I spoke as with Brian. We used to on a team. So that's you, but Brian and such. I'm so kind of I'm not using any question to see for
For now, you've got somebody in your corner helping you out.
yeah, she feels it, and she's making so much better.
You've got somebody in your corner helping you out that you met attending a conference in Las Vegas. When we talk about going to family reunion and mega camp, it's not because I just want to sell tickets. Real business happens at these places, y'all. What a great opportunity to have that intimate time with her and you guys get to know each other and you come home and say, let's do business. That's perfect. That's perfect. There are a lot of top producing agents out there that want some help. You could be that person. All you gotta do is raise your hand. I like the way you do business. I would like to learn from you. I am here to do whatever you need me to do to make your life easier. Can we talk? I can tell you, there's no top producer that's gonna turn that conversation down. Yes.
Missy was my realtor. I was looking at houses and she reached out to me and said, hey, there's a property. And I said, guess what? I'm studying for my license. She's like, okay, let's have coffee. And I went up there and, you know, and you called me and said, Missy's looking for help. And yeah, it's serendipitous. She's amazing. And, yeah, I mean, Chase too is working with her and she's like, let's all make sure we attend this next week. And let's do it.
I love it.
And I love to hear she doesn't like open houses. I think
Okay, we're not gonna do this because we've kind of taken up some time. You guys have any ahas over what we've talked about today? It's been a heavy meeting.
They called.
Make calls.
Think about.
There you go. Think about finding that support system, whether it's joining a team, finding a mentor, asking somebody on leadership to help you out, whatever that is. Find somebody that wants you to succeed and is willing to help do that.
Don't get it twisted. When I kind of said what I said earlier, with Brian helping us, yeah, he's leading the way. But these girls and myself are on the phone every day too, putting in work. You're not willing to put in the work, nothing's gonna happen. Like he can't force stuff. He can do a lot, but he can't force us or force anybody to do the work. So you have to get a couple ready to go to sleep.
You gotta be willing to work. The reality is if you're not working in real estate, y'all don't work somewhere. We have to. We gotta pay bills. It's just the reality. Life is hard. Work is hard. Choose your heart. Really it. You know, life's gonna keep lifing. Work is always gonna be there. That's the reality. You guys are lucky enough that you get to make a decision on how that looks for you. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. All right, guys. Firework and product. You guys are hearing from your leadership team pretty consistently right now. We are calling, emailing, texting, asking for your referrals. We will be doing this every month anyway. We've been doing it, but we're really like heating things up for the month of July because we have an opportunity to win some money. And I want to be able to spend some money on this leadership team. So if you guys can help us do that, I'd greatly appreciate that. I also want to help you make some money. That's right. By introducing us to the licensed real estate agent, you could earn profit share when they join Keller Williams. And wait, there's more. Because they're such a great group of humans, they get to work with us. Hey, that's benefit. We can help change some lives. So please, please, please give your referrals to your leadership team. Craig, you're in the house.
What's nice about all these meetings is I always get stuff to talk about just based on the meeting itself. So you guys don't know, so I've been growing the Ohio Valley region for quite some time. So I'm traveling to Indianapolis, I'm in Williamsburg, Lexington, Louisville. So I'm sitting in market centers all across the region right now. So that's a little punch in the gut, right? Peter Shabri coming online to share his knowledge, you get punched in the gut. So does anybody know what it means to be present? Anybody ever watch a deer? And deers kind of just chill and they're eating, and all of a sudden you see their tails will raise up. Maybe they sense a coyote or danger. They run their ass off for a half mile. That deer tail goes back down and starts eating again. It's in the present. It's not going to find its buddy and talk about shit, man. Yesterday, I didn't do my calls. I didn't call my database. Right? So the only thing that you can change is what you do today. It's the only thing you have control of. When we sit here and we dwell about what we didn't do yesterday or last year or when we were growing up, it's not being present. It's not doing you any good. You start thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow or Saturday or next week. That's called procrastination. Right? So be the deer. Every day when you get up, start thinking about what do I need to do today to be successful today? Check my box. Then when I go to lay my head down on the pillow tonight, I don't have any regrets. Right? It's over. Get up the next day, you make that checklist and you go for it. That's the only thing you can. You sit there and you go on the past, you'll never go for it. Right? So as I go around these meetings, man, I get bits and pieces, and if you don't know, I'm finishing up my coaching to be a mindset coach for MindVal, which is worldwide mindset and life coaches. So I think we need that. We just need to get back on track. Work out last week or last month, or hey, look at your goals. That's just to see where your gas peaks at, right? Hey, where do I need to go? But focus on today. When we get out here, call your databases. And you don't have to go make 20 calls a day. If you're not making 20 calls a day, start with 5. That's not new to 10. Add something new every month. Don't overwhelm yourself. It's like going on a diet. Go on a hardcore diet from day one. You'll never be. You got to kind of do little things at a time. So that's my life perspective. Just I think that's what people need today, right? So let's talk about what's going on in the market. If you're on social media, you're seeing a lot of people starting to post stuff about OFA. Does anybody know anything about OFA, down payment assistance programs, right? So they've made some pretty drastic changes in the last 2 weeks. And then if this is an indication what's going to happen in the market, we get interesting real quick. So they've done 5% down payment assistance forever. They just capped it at 3.5%.
Oh, wow.
Right? So it means we as agents and loan officers are going to have to be asking these first-time buyers need assistance. We're going to have to start working and educating them on what house is going to work. The house that just came on the market, probably not going to work. Something age 30, 45 days that we can get some seller concessions. That's probably what we're going to have to work, right? So the communication between us as loan officers and agents is going to be monumental in getting these people houses. They also moved the rates down pretty drastic. So we were about 6.875 with 5% TPA. They moved it down to 6.1 with no down payment assistance, 4.75 on a FHA loan.
Whoa.
For a first response. Now, I don't know if they were supposed to release this.
Hey.
Right? So our rates, standard rates are nowhere near that rate. So this might be just an indicator of what's coming. And if the rates do drop, then what does that mean? People you have on the hook right now that don't have gap, don't have extra funds to cover gap, They need to buy it now. So you need to be on these phones to get people off the fence, because there is inventory out here. They're waiting for rates to drop. When they do drop, they're not gonna be in the market. We're gonna be back into Tammy, we say 10, 15 offers real quick. So that's who you should be targeting right now. And give them a little kick in the butt. Tell them, hey man, like, you don't buy now, and the rates do go down, because they're forecasting first drop to be in September.
They can always refinance.
They can always refinance.
Always refinance. Can you go back to your first responder thing? So what encompasses first responder? Because it's not just like an EMS, right? First responder encompasses what?
Nurses, police officers, active police officers, firefighters. So those are things you want to make the target. You can go to, this is public information. So it's just Google OHFA rates, and you can see their programs and everything. So you can see what the rates are. And it will tell you Ohio Heroes, that's the first responders program. That's where you've seen some loan officers take snapshots and put it out there this week. That's the program. Now, these are income specific, so they do have to qualify and be in the median income for those programs. But that's then usually opens last to act in the market. Here, I feel like the first. So I feel like almost like we just got an indicator sign of what pitch is coming next.
Is there any time frame or how long they have to be in this group? Like if I got my professional contract tomorrow, and we qualify, I'm going to be
Yeah.
Alex is gonna become a firefighter.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And then they have the grads program, so people just graduate in the last 3 years.
I thought they changed that too, but
As far as
do know if they changed that, like, it was like 40 months.
yeah, it's like 3 years now. It just went up I think it went up 5 years before. So yeah, that's great. But yeah, it's great stuff. So get a hold of those people, get them off the fence. That's all I got today. So anything I can help you guys with, let me know. We got list reports. If we don't have you signed up for list reports, you can put your database in there and we'll start getting them up in the newsletter, and that's your touch point.
Are you here all day?
I'm here all day.
Do you have time to talk to people?
Yep.
Who here has not signed up for list reports? Honestly, put your hands up in the air if you haven't done it. Okay, will you guys please connect with him, because you're gonna love what it will do for your clients. So definitely do that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Craig. By the way, did I see bagels and stuff out there? Thank you. An extra cream cheese. Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. Please don't forget July 17th at 11 a.m. the Architecture of Wealth. That will be here at the Market Center. List the last Master the Art of Agreement, July 16th, as well as July 23rd. This should be in your, yep, imagine, are they in there?
We got that last one. And on the list to ask you guys, please have a screening at your graph.
Yes.
It is critically important that you embrace this. Right now, it's going in this search market. If we're going to really be successful in this, that's how I did it. Get day one. You do not have to start flyers. You can start direct listings. This is going to be pulled very together for all of us because that's where the market's going. So please, 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 as your broker, put it on your calendar. It's going to probably help with anything.
I love that. I agree. So list the last is one that you don't want to miss. And then the week after that, I am teaching, what am I teaching, Jenna? It's what sellers want, basically.
Yeah.
It's specific to sellers. And it's on your calendar. Delivering excellence, what every seller wants.
It's in 2 weeks.
That's in 2 weeks. So you've got back to back talking about how to have conversations and relationships and service sellers.
And they put this together with the top of the teams in the country. If you were on the growth call, set up a week ago, They had one of the gals really involved in this. Sent out a reminder yesterday, coming up, send it to you.
Huge.
And it may not feel huge when you're beginning to probably gonna be sick, but it can be absolutely.
We need the basics.
Yeah, I'll announce it.
We can't go anywhere without the basics.
You gotta master the basics. Building wall beyond commission, this is down in Lexington on July 24. With the statistics, I would encourage you to attend. If there's someone who is a licensed real estate agent, or really, pretty much anyone, I think they're open to anyone coming. Take class. Top 20%, we've got a pool party in Lexington on July 26th. Please RSVP. By the way, they're gonna have giveaways. And then Mega Agent Camp, Alex told us just a minute ago why you should attend these, just one reason why you should attend these. You might find that rock star that wants your help.
I'm gonna miss this one.
That's okay, you found your rock star, you have to reunion. Mega Agent Camp, in San Antonio, August 11th through the 14th. I have, I need, what do you got? Yes.
Listen to Liberty with my, it's 4520 Dawson's Meadow, 4 bed, 2 bath, 20 for 64 square feet.
Nice. 4 bed, 3 bath, what's the price? 464.9.
What else we have? Yes.
I have the Cape Cod 3 bed, 1.5 bath. Town schools. Really cool photography's happening tomorrow, so they'll be as nice as Friday, Saturday.
Nice. What's your price?
220.
220.
And it's like you can live on just the first floor. That is, it's 2 bedrooms on paid for. So like it's almost like a ranch with the extra bed and half bath upstairs, which is nice.
Sweet.
Basement, unfinished. Yeah.
Shoot. 220.
Yeah. Come talk to me if you have any buyers.
No kidding.
Missy and I, we have a borrow, Oxford is really all she asked for, has to be in Oxford. My range, we looked it up to 5,000. Budget. Look at it.
Oxford buyer up to 500. Do a database in Oxford. This is a great reason to call them. About selling. Got a buyer. Anything else? I have any. Yes, Tammy.
My Chambers is dropping today to 385 at the north side. And I have a pocket listing, which I know you guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh, but it's on 5 acres in Anderson, it has a wine cellar, it has 7-car garage. But it's $3 million.
Oh.
So, just saying, you know, it's probably not in everybody's wheelhouse, but if you know somebody, let me know. They would like to sell, they're trying to do something special with their family, and so they don't want it to just fly off the shelf, and they realize if I'm gonna passively like sell it,
Sure.
that it'll take probably a little bit longer since we're not putting it on the market. At some point we will, but anyway, and I did talk to Andrea with the sports and entertainment people.
Good.
Because that's probably the perfect person for this house. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's close to downtown from Anderson. It's
Okay.
very private, surrounded by woods. It has a pond and fire pit. I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles. It's a ranch, custom built.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Lineville.
Yeah.
She's connected to the.
Yeah, to the
Sports
entertainment
restaurant.
sports, yeah,
So I'd lead with that 7-car garage.
I did.
You know, if I were
Because-
looking for the
yeah.
buyer for Tammy's listing,
Somebody who's a sports buff, or I mean, a car buff, or maybe a sports person, whatever. Yeah.
yes.
Not until the fall, but if anybody has anything coming up on the market in the fall, Anderson, 4 bed, 2 bath.
What's your price point?
3 million.
Like around 455.
Okay. Thank you.
3-bed, 2-bed condo, west side.
2 bed condo. Anything else? You guys ready to look at those goals, readjust if needed, roll your sleeves up, get to work? Yes? Yeah? Y'all, I do not want that call with Peter Shabri again. Fair? All right, let's show up next time. Let's do it. Nick, I'm so sorry. You just like hanging out with us. Yes. Oh, I would absolutely recommend you do it. Absolutely. Come to as many of the trainings as possible. Instead of your test. No. But I should probably study. Oh, yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I just heard from them this morning, so. Yeah, I wanted to ask what the 36 reach out was that was one of the last time you was here. I'm watching
Database. How do you like that? Like some emails. When I have my database, is there a way that set that up right? Got it.